New year, new me. And that new me warrants a new watch. Since Chinese New Year is on the January, and we love red, and I only talked about my impressions with this watch months ago, here it is, my very own Casio B145D in red, and this is the full review of the watch. If you haven't already, go check out my impressions only video on it as I cover the basics of the watch, including the accuracy and design. Now, ever since I bought the salmon pink one for my sister, I always wanted one for myself. So in a month or two, I went and bought the watch. You guessed it, in red. Here's two of the watches together. Which one do you think looks better? Personally, I love both since I do think both have their own character to it. Now, the eager eye of you may have spotted the fact that my B145D doesn't have a bracelet on it. Instead, it has a leather-like strap in red. I'll link down where I got this strap from, but honestly, I don't recommend it since it discolors faster than me running away from my problems. But, oh well, whatever. That color does match pretty nicely with the red watch dial, and my only reason to get this strap that discolors faster than my future slipping away, butterfly class. But really, invest more money on a better strap. Buy once, buy well. Ever since I got my B145D, I love to compare the PRX with it. To me, the B145D is a far cheaper alternative than the PRX and possibly the dressier looking one. Remember the small talk about the bracelet earlier on? Well, there's zero reason for me to swap the PRX's one out since the bracelet quality is obviously not comparable. For starters, I find the B145D very pinchy. Like, is that even a word? I don't have arm hair, but like it still likes to pinch me more than my Seiko 5SN KD9K1's bracelet. In short, it damn near drove me crazy. And if I'm not wrong, my sister mentioned that as well as the watch's shortcoming. However, there is an issue. We've covered this before. In other words, maybe the watch strap keep catching my skin hair. Shows that the bracelet is its only weakness or shortcoming. And for an $89 watch, I don't blame it for featuring that, but the issue can be fixed by buying a strap or bracelet of choice online as long as it's 18mm complete, which is easy to find. For a pretty affordable watch at $84 SGD, I think it's pretty worth it. I mean, I can't complain at all, right? The watch, being a quartz, does keep accurate time, 20 seconds per month plus minus according to Casio, and it has a battery life of around 3 years. It'll take SR621 SW battery should you find the need to swap the battery out. Again, I have no clue what movement it uses, nor do I want to open up the case back unless I have to change the battery. But according to Watch Gecko, it seemed to be a Miyota movement of some sort. Speaking of which, the case back has some kind of a notch for you to stick a pry tool into it and pry it open, which I think is pretty smart of Casio to do that. The watch is also light, which can be seen as a good and bad thing. To me, maybe a little too light. But hey, some may like the light profile of the watch. 5 bar water resistance, which again is adequate for the watch. I mean, to me, it feels like a dress watch, it looks like a dress watch, so you don't really need beyond like 10 bar. Even it has a 10 bar water resistance, like I said, I am a professional drowner. Speaking of drowning while diving, remember the hint I gave out last year on my 2024 look back video titled I Hate 2024? I don't know if the surprise that I have for all of you is out by the time I upload this video, but I have a surprise waiting for all of you. And when it comes out, find me. I'll link the video in the description below and in the comments. So go ahead, let's play a little game of hide and seek. And if you like the reason or why the surprise, look out for the QGR TimeTech comment under the video, since it meant so much to me. And that should be an anchor indicating myself as the channel's member. Off topic bonding time aside, this tonal shaped watch is beautifully designed in my eyes. It's not just thin, it's not just light. The red looks beautiful. And since I celebrate the Lunar New Year, it literally is the auspicious color, so yeah. Aside from me taking a piece at the poor quality strap I got for it, At least it matches the dial of the watch, being red and looks good. It's still rubbish. It's like sculpting a beautiful sculpture out of shit. Yeah, it's beautiful. You can mold gold into a shape of shit and it's still gold, right? Same goes to molding shit into bars. It may look like a brown bar, but it's still shit. And you can paint it gold and it's still shit. Okay, words of wisdom aside. The sunburst on the red is more obvious than the one on the pink, and that is fine, I like it. The markers are minimalistic, same goes to the minute, hour, and second hands. The date window is small and could be color matched, but that's just me nitpicking at an affordable watch anyway. If it ever was color matched, it would be less affordable. And yes, the dial does chamfer to create a window-like design, a window-like effect, rather, on the date window. As mentioned, concentric design on the case of the watch, mineral crystal covering the dial, which is fine. Unlike some other companies that still use flat mineral crystal within the range of $500 SGD, and my B145D has an aligned second hand. What's this other brand that can't align their bezels well? 那谁来着？沙金神功? Remember the impressions only video I made? It's only meant for non-watch nerds to let them know that there are far better options out there rather than spending money on those cheap watches that are touted as affordable luxury, that are actually rubbish $2 watches sold as $200 watches. If you are a non-watch nerd, here are some examples. Daniel Wellington, Vincero, Movement, or any fashion branded watches. Stick to actual watchmaking companies and not some fashion brand. At least those brands are established enough through decades of centuries of workmanship instead of being finished somewhere in China with a fashion brand name chopped onto the dial. Those break faster than how Singapore loves to celebrate festivals. Like literally New Year stuff right after Christmas. I'm not joking, like 26 December, New Year stuff straight away. With all that said, I really can't find faults with this watch that is this affordable. Okay, there are issues like the fact that the bracelet sucks better than my Hoover, but 真的, I really can't fault it for that. It's a damn affordable watch anyway. Usually, I like to have a conclusion to talk about, but really, I can't think of any for this one. It's like a PRX, but 它又不是个 PRX. It's got a character like the PRX, but 它又不是个 PRX. It does offer a lower entry to a watch designed with nostalgia and being classic at the same time. There are people who love watches but really can't afford a PRX, let alone a Rolex Oyster Quartz. And the Casio lets people the joy of having either the PRX or the OQ without paying money for one. Now this itself is quite a heated topic to talk about. But if it brings joy to those who really can't afford those, even the PRX, it's a good watch. What matters is being happy after all.